Jump on to our next story, which is Dubai Swindler and how a woman was conned out of thousands. Now, in the digital age of catfishing, fake profiles, and bots, crafty scammers have found ways to appear legit under false identities and con unsuspecting victims. Now, it's a story that has become all too familiar, with many turning to social media to find love. And for Shanette Mendoza, a 36-year-old woman from Trinidad and Tobago living in Dubai, it became a harsh reality. Now, Shanette shared her harrowing experience of falling prey to a Dubai-based swindler. The man in question, referred to as Mohammed, we've kept it for anonymity purposes, and cunningly deceived Shanette, leaving her emotionally and financially devastated. Now, the acquaintance began innocently enough in October 2021 when Shanette and Mohammed connected on Instagram. Despite her initial reservations about online dating, Shanette found herself drawn to Mohammed's charm and apparent shared interests.
So, unbeknownst to her, Mohammed would later prove himself to be a master manipulator, utilizing tactics like love bombing and gaslighting to gain control. She admits, "We had a lot of similar interests, and it really felt as if we knew each other before. However, the relationship progressed. Red flags started to emerge." She described the roller coaster ride, saying, "He definitely love bombed me at the beginning. Then the gaslighting and manipulation came. He is a proper narcissist, and I did not know the traits of one until now."
Heartbreaking, honestly, to hear this. And as their friendship developed, Mohammed gradually revealed his alleged personal and financial hardships. And Shanette then generously offered assistance. She lent him money through various means, including cash withdrawals and even her own credit card, amounting to a significant sum. She explains, "Knowing that I was in a position to assist, I proceeded to ask what I could do to help. Little did she know that this would be the beginning of a financial drain."
Shanette even allowed Mohammed to stay at her apartment temporarily when he claimed to be facing homelessness. However, her hospitality was met with manipulation and disregard for their agreement. Mohammed ignored Shanette's plea for repayment. To make things worse, unauthorized deductions were made from Shanette's credit card, further burdening her financially. Seeking resolutions, she contacted mutual friends and initiated an immigration check, revealing Mohammed overstayed his residency visa.
So Shanette approached a number of police stations across Dubai seeking help and filed a complaint on the Dubai Police app. So if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, you can see the visuals beside us of the complaint. And she was left emotionally shattered and financially exploited. Shanette courageously shares her story as a cautionary tale. Her aim is to raise awareness among Dubai residents, urging them to remain vigilant against such swindlers. While she seeks justice for her own ordeal, Shanette hopes her experience will just prompt others to be more cautious, protect their finances, and avoid falling victim to manipulative individuals like Mohammed. And it is truly devastating to know how such people, like in the name of love, they are completely,
blinded,
deceived,
then blindsided.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you think you're doing something good, which will come back to you in a long run. Like it's just going to benefit your relationship because that trust is building, and you're so completely enamored by that person, and then you go ahead, you give your everything, and you're deceived, manipulated, and in her situation, financially manipulated.
Yeah, it's one thing to get over someone emotionally, but then the financial burden when it's your credit card and these large sums of money taken out, like that's gonna impact you, well, just as bad as being heartbroken, but still it's gonna have such a significant impact on you in the long run, and just everything that you've been working towards. And in general, you're not gonna start trusting people as much, and you're gonna have issues in general for the rest of your life because this one person who you thought really loved you ended up breaking your heart, and you're left with nothing but pain and sorrows and this bulging credit card debt. So it's a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Like, sounds like you can relate very well.
I just feel bad for her. Like, it's sad when you go into something with pure intentions and you're left with nothing but pain and sorrow and melancholy for the rest of your life.
Exactly. And this is what residents, like I think just people all over the world should be so cautious with these situations, because some of them really get away with it. Like they do it in such a conniving way where there is no proof, and the person who is conned and is the victim really has to go like 10 extra miles to actually put forth their case and take action against this person. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how, like, crafty they become.
Yeah, so say that after all this, she still has to go to the police and probably go like 1,000 different times just for like statements and follow-ups and
and that's because
questions.
She's doing it with consent, right? Like it's under her consent, and she's not like being scammed out of it like unknowingly. As in, like she's being scammed, completely scammed, but she's giving it through her, like it's like consensual.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like
borrowing and lending.
Yes,
right? Like,
exactly. Exactly.
So that's, I think, one big rule. I mean, I adopted at a very young age, just learning from my parents, is like you should never borrow and lend with friends. Like it gets so tricky, not just friends, but like your partners or family, I guess is okay somewhere. But yeah, with partners and friends, you don't go there, because once you go there and you cross that terrain, it gets very like, the waters get tricky to navigate.
I disagree.
You
Is it time for another debate? I don't know. My dad always said, don't lend from anyone besides family. And by family, he meant himself.
If it were to come borrowing from family and like borrowing and lending with family is like separate altogether, like immediate family. I'm talking cousins. But like with friends and partners, like until they become your spouse, just while you're in a relationship, you wouldn't go there, like you wouldn't want to put yourself in that situation.
That's so true. It becomes such a sticky situation. And it's like, by the way, it's been 3 months. Where's my money? And you're like, I'm still broke. Now's not the time, you know? And you look like the bad guy, and then you guys fall out, and then you never speak again, and you lost one of your closest friends that you ever had in your life, and you're left with nothing but this burden. And do I pay him back now? We're not even friends, so do I just keep the money? These things happen.
Exactly. No, that is so true. I feel like this is coming from a very real place for you.
No, I'm just...
But yeah, it does happen.
Empathizing.
And more so common than we think.
Yeah, for sure.
Like every second person you meet, this has definitely happened to.
Yeah. But, Shana, we're sorry. We're here for you. God knows what will happen in the court, but the court of public opinion is by your side. I'm not
exactly. But of course, like from that story, the biggest takeaway is that just be so careful going into anything and anyone. Like especially when you meet people on social media, you have no idea what their background is, no matter what they tell you and what they like depict on social media. So just be that extra vigilant.
So Fazaz_angels_a_fan_page says, I lend no money to no one. I will give you my priceless time to help. That is another way of helping at the same time. That's exactly what Shanette did with like lending the home and just doing what she can. But like financially, it's such a like thin line, and there's this massive gray area where it just gets sticky.
100%. But the thing is, like with these con artists, if you're not helping them financially, no matter how you're helping them, you fall into trouble later on, because you're part of the con now. You've become part of the crimes. So it's so difficult. Like you just have to be so careful with these people, and like what kind of help you're offering. Even your time can, come back and bite you in the back. And Rizwan commented, even Tinder Swindler got away with it. So yeah, it's like they become notorious after a while, knowing that they can get away. They just like go ahead and
what's insane is how many people did Muhammad do this to? Like Shana might not be the only one, and she doesn't even know.
Exactly. Insane. Heartbreaking. But guys, after a very, very short break, we'll be going live with a TikTok star, Jordan Hisham. So stay tuned.